Well, tomorrow marks 23 years since the tragic attacks on the World Trade Center in New York City. A local pastor was there at Ground Zero following the catastrophic event that changed our nation. And joining us now is Pastor Mickey Stonier from the Rock Church. Pastor, thank you so much for your time. Everything that you do for this community, I always appreciate our annual conversation here. For those who haven't seen our discussions in the past, you were there shortly after this happened. I mean, 23 years, here we are. What kind of goes through your mind as we approach this date?
I'm getting older.
Me too, us both. But you saw a lot when you were there.
Yeah, so our team, I was on a response team. Another Pastor Mike McIntosh and I happened to be on call for commercial airline disasters that took us to New York for the first 2 weeks to set up the Family Assistance Center and to serve at Ground Zero. So that was our responsibility.
When this day comes, do you reflect on that?
Absolutely.
And go back to that time? And what does that bring to your heart, to the community? Like, how does that response impact you today?
Well, I've continued to serve with first responders out in the community. The Rock Church gives me the permission and freedom to serve our first responders. And a lot of people don't realize they see more trauma just in one shift than the average citizen sees in an entire lifetime.
Absolutely.
And they are constantly putting themselves out there to serve the community. There's a scripture that says, greater love has no one than this, than to lay down your life for others. That's what happened back on September 11th.
Look, we're reflecting on the anniversary of 9/11. There's some practical things that we can all do to honor, remember, most importantly, heal here, right, on 9/11?
Well, never forget the theme, and to realize that a lot of young people, it's just in the history books. And we keep doing events on September 11th tomorrow in the Midway. I'll be also at Coronado Fire Department. We do ceremonies at Coronado. It'll be right at 6:15 when the first tower, right around then. And so encourage people, whenever you see a first responder, police, fire, EMS worker, just walk up, especially with law enforcement, show your hands, and just say thank you for what you do.
It does go a long way. It really does. You're a busy guy. The chaplain for Coronado, Santee, San Diego Fire Rescue Department, San Diego Medical Examiner's Office, San Diego Harbor Police Department, Office of Emergency Services. So you know a lot of these people and know what they've gone through, whether it was 9/11 or more recent tragedies. You're there to help out. And how do you help them cope? How do you help them get through those situations?
Well, people need to realize the impact. In fact, we've known this for years, but suicides actually of first responders outnumber line of duty deaths.
Wow, okay.
And it wasn't until more recently that cities are starting to get on board to say, hey, we need to do more. Because how the brain processes trauma. And it takes people to the core of what they believe about the world. And that's why faith is important. That's why we have chaplains. You know, we have the adage, the 4 F's, faith, family, friends, and then fire department. We need to invest those priorities, make sure people are cared for and appreciated.
And people can, there are ways to help. There's coping strategies, and at The Rock, you guys talk about this. There's even a chaplaincy that people can sign up for, maybe not this year, but in future years?
Starting next year, we'll have a whole range of classes, but people can just go to Rock Church at sdrock.com. And actually, our church, we're not as much as trying to get a lot of people to church, though that
is great.
Is great. It's the people in the church we're constantly encouraging to go out and love our city.
There you go.
And so it's kind of like people don't go to the football game to watch the huddle. They want to watch the game.
Absolutely.
And so the church is where people are trained to better establish pervasive hope throughout the community.
Mickey, thank you for everything that you've done for the community. Appreciate it. You can head to the Rock Church for more information as well. Thanks for coming in.
All right.
We will not forget tomorrow, 9/11. We'll be right back.